We're going to start lying down on your backs. Legs extended out in front of you. You're just keeping the legs fairly close together to start instead of having them spread so wide as normal. Bringing the arms alongside the body and turning the palms up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're lucky enough to be practicing outside. And just allowing yourself these first few moments to settle in. Taking a moment to acknowledge the body as it is. Acknowledging any sensations, whether it's within the knees, perhaps the hips, the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists. And just acknowledging how the body feels as a whole, whether it does feel tired, whether it has energy, joy, sadness, excitement, or any other emotion coursing through you. And perhaps taking a moment to acknowledge the day, the kind of day that you've had and how it sits within you and therefore within your breath. Acknowledging whether it's been a week or a day of stress and whether therefore the chest is handling most of the breath. Or whether you were able to breathe a little bit deeper into the belly. Perhaps even imagining breathing into the front of the hip and the hip flexors as you take a deep breath in. And exhale, letting all of the breath out. If you have a practice of Ujjayi breath, starting to incorporate it now. And if you don't, it's something we can work on together as you inhale, breathing in normally through the nose. And as you exhale, gently part the mouth and breathe out as if you're trying to fog a mirror in front of you. Doing that one more time, inhaling through the nose. Gently parting the mouth and imagine you were trying to fog a mirror. Taking a deep breath in, and this time creating the same audible sound but keeping the mouth closed. And then trying to replicate that breath sound on the inhale too. We'll soon start to realize the only way to recreate that sound on both inhale and exhale is to move the air from the back of the throat. Developing this practice of Ujjayi, warrior breath. Taking 3 more breath cycles in this way. Beginning to count the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. And then with no rush, but on your 4th inhalation, gently start to reach the arms up overhead and behind you, stretching yourself out from end to end. And then slowly, we're going to walk both feet towards the bottom right corner of the mat. And hinge at the right hip, bringing the hands to the top right corner. You might be happy to simply stay here. You might want to go slightly deeper by crossing the left ankle on top of the right. And in doing so, notice if the hip needs to lift or whether you keep the left hip grounded. You might choose to leave the arms as they are. You might choose to take the right hand around the left wrist and gently encourage a little bit more depth into that shoulder. It's the lateral side of that body. Continuing with that Ujjayi breath, noticing the left side of the body as you inhale, encouraging that side of the ribcage to really spread wide. Open the intercostals, open up the lung. And as you exhale, gently hug it back in towards the midline, towards the spine. Two more breath cycles. In your own time, at your own pace, gently release the grasp of the wrist if you've taken it, and cross the legs. And then with your next inhale, slowly find your way back to where feels neutral for you. And then draw both knees in towards the chest, bring the hands around the knees, around the shins. Just taking Apanasana, wind relieving pose. Perhaps noticing if one knee sits higher than the other, crossing the feet or the ankles, and see if you can gently slide them side by side instead. Your next exhale, slowly allow the legs to slide their way back down to the bottom of the mat. This time bringing both legs to the bottom left corner, reaching the arms back up overhead and across to the top left corner. Perhaps choosing to cross right ankle over left, so long as we can keep the right hip grounded. Perhaps choosing to take the left hand around the right wrist and pull gently over to the left side a little bit deeper. This time becoming mindful of the right side of the body, noticing if it feels any different to the left. Truly encouraging the breath through that side. Filling and spreading the lung and the ribs. Two more full breath cycles here. And then in your own time, again, gently releasing the grasp of the wrist, releasing the cross of the ankles. Making your way back to center. Hands come gently down by your side. Hug the knees back in, finding that Apanasana again. Allowing the pelvis to change shape as it naturally scoots underneath to draw the knees in close to the body. And two more breath cycles. And slowly, we're going to start to move, rocking left and right along the spine, along the back of the ribs. Just gently massaging away any tightness that we may be holding on to here. And slowly planting both feet down, about hip width distance apart. Drawing the rib cage in and down and just feeling that natural surrender of the pelvis towards the ground. Bringing hands down alongside the body, fingers spread wide. Gently begin to roll up through the pelvis on an inhale, lifting the hips and then classically rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Perhaps onto the top of the shoulders, perhaps onto the shoulder blades. Keeping the chin slightly tucked towards the chest to continue to find that extension through the back of the neck. Taking one more deep breath space here, really filling the body up, squeezing the glutes under. And as you exhale, slowly allow the body to retrace its steps, vertebrae by vertebrae, back down. One more time, tucking the pelvis underneath, scooping the hips up. Coming as high as you feel comfortable doing, making sure feet are engaged. Pressing into the floor, sending the hips higher towards the ceiling and towards the front end of your mat. And then very gently release the pressure on the feet and retrace the spine down. Drawing knees in towards the chest. And again, inviting movement, rocking left and right. Holding onto the knees and sending them in a circle in one direction. Moving them as far across to each side as you can, and noticing the way that that starts to engage the abdominals. And going the other way. And then doing one more of those, moving in each direction. Trying to keep the knees together so as to help stabilize yourself without rocking onto one side. Then take the hands around the knees or around the shins, draw them in close. Take 2 more breath cycles here in this Apanasana. And then slowly we're going to begin to rock and roll up and along the spine. To find a seated position. Good, and then crossing. We're not going to cross the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to gently fall out. And if you know that you're slightly more bendy on one side, like I am, I'm very much in balance, you can always bring a prop under that knee to support you here. Bring the thumbs in towards the soles of the feet. Gently ply the feet open. Draw the chest up and gently encourage the elbows in. Remembering that the neck is a part of the spine, so trying not to strain the head up or pull too far down. And then with your inhale, gently start to reach the chest out. I'm going to extend your left leg out to the side. I'd like you to pull the right leg in. So foot comes in, and it might be that the foot comes against the knee, or it might come all the way up into the groin. That's fine. Making sure that the foot, your left foot, doesn't flop out or too far in, trying to make sure the toes draw towards the ceiling. Knees micro bend, quads begin to lift. Bring your left hand to the inside. Slowly reach the right arm up overhead and just take a side stretch here. Working this evening into the erector spinae, that muscle group that support either side of the low back and the SI joint. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow that hand to peel down, closing the chest forward. And then slowly, as you inhale again, open yourself back up. 2 more times. Exhale, peel the shoulder down. Inhale, open back up. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Reach yourself all the way up. Bring your right hand down behind the knee. Left hand is going to reach forward. And start to lift the hips up, inviting a baby wild thing. Really make this a baby version. Take a deep breath in and softly lower yourself all the way down. And extending the other leg out. Drawing the hands in front of the body again, making sure to be mindful of the heels and the toes. Bring the hands in front of the body. We're going to make this a little bit more active than just a passive kind of teddy bear stretch. I'd like you to start to press the heels down into the ground and imagine pulling them apart. In doing so, engaging the TFL, a muscle at the top of the hips, to allow the glutes to gently soften behind. Continuing with every inhale to drive the heels down and pull them apart as you engage and walk the hands further forward. Two more breath cycles. With your next in-breath, start to draw the hands back towards you and swap sides. Bending the left leg in against the right this time. Good. Right hand comes down, left arm opens up. Making sure to keep the chest open. Taking a really deep breath in as you exhale, slowly start to close the shoulder down. Inhale, open back up. Nice mark, your pivot. Exhale, roll the shoulder down. Good, and then again, inhale to open. One more time, exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Your next inhale, gently bring yourself all the way up. Hand comes behind. Opposite hand starts to lead us forward and gently opens us up. It's that baby wild thing, starting to find a little bit of space through the long hip flexor at the top of the hip. And as you exhale, hips gently come back down. Good. Crossing the legs over. If it's in your practice, you're welcome to just roll straight over the joint. If it's not, just rolling yourself around, finding your way into a tabletop position on the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And starting to gently move from side to side. So we're just going to keep the spine in a neutral position to begin with and just sashay the hips from one side to the other. Again, finding space along the side of the body. Maybe going a little bit deeper, really encourage the hip once you think it's at the end to go a little bit further over to the side. Then one more on each side. Coming to find a neutral position. I'm going to come into a slightly more active, so I'm going to call this a wagging dog because I'm not really sure what else to call it. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips to the right side. Exhale, round back, send the hips across to the left. Inhale, lift the gaze, hips go to the right side. Exhale, round the spine, hips go to the left. Inhale, lift the gaze, hips go to the right side. Exhale, round the spine, hips go to the left. Good, and then stay on the left side, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, pull across to the right side. Inhale, lift the gaze, sweep to the left. Exhale, round and over to the right. Maybe we'll call it a party dog. Inhale, lift one more time to the left. Exhale, round and to the right. Good, come to find a neutral position on the mat. So I'd like you to start to walk the right hand a bit further forward. And where we would normally come into an extended puppy here from our party puppy, instead I'm going to ask you to slide the left arm underneath, turn the palm up, and then allow yourself to soften down onto that shoulder. Trying to keep the forehead onto the mat, so we're not trying to make this into a twist, we're simply working on finding space now across the top of the shoulders. Taking 2 more breath cycles. Good, and then I'd like you to come onto the outside of the left side of your face. So we are making this into a twist. Draw the right hand towards you, start to open up the right shoulder. You're welcome if you want to take it up a notch to straighten the leg back behind. You're welcome to raise the right arm towards the ceiling and perhaps bend it and bring it all the way behind the body to the opposite hip. You're welcome if you really want to go to town, see if you can press down with the left shin and see if you can pick up the right leg. Taking one more breath cycle. Slowly releasing the leg if you raised it and bending the knee. Planting the right hand back down by the face. Push down with the hand. Open the left arm all the way up into your first gentle twist. And then send the left hand back down. Okay, so we'll swap sides. So sliding the left hand a bit further forward. Slide the right arm underneath, palm faces up, and make sure that we're not pulling it so far under that we begin in a twist. We want to be neutral with the shoulders, head comes down. So on the forehead to begin with, and if that's uncomfortable or too much, you can always bring a block under the head. Good. 2 more breath cycles. Maybe pull the hand a little bit further away. This time coming onto the outside of the right side of the face. Draw the left hand back towards the face. And start to roll the top shoulder open. Again, maybe choosing to extend the left arm up to the ceiling. Maybe choosing to wrap it behind. Maybe choosing to straighten the left leg and take a moment here to pause. Maybe choosing to press down harder through the right shin, see if you can pick up the left leg. One more breath in. Slowly lower the leg down. Plant the knee, push with the left hand. Open the right arm all the way up. Grounding the right hand down. Move through one normal round of cat-cow, inhaling to lift. Pulling the hands back towards you. Exhale, press down and round the spine back. Good, and then we're going to walk the hands back towards the knees. Reach the arms up overhead. And then gently step the right foot forward to the front of the mat, sinking down into that front knee. Hands come down either side of the front foot. Slowly see if you can start to straighten the front leg. Good, and then inhale. Bend into the knee, lift the chest, pull the arms back behind. Exhale, round into the upper body, hands come down, straighten the leg. Inhale, open the chest, arms and shoulders open, hands go back. Exhale, plant the hands back down, straighten the leg around the chest. One more time, inhale, open all the way up and back. Exhale, fold the body over the leg. Good, start to bend back into the knee, keeping the hands down this time. Tuck the back toe, lift up the back knee. Ground the left hand down, start to squeeze and hug the thighs towards each other so we start to neutralize the pelvis, keeping it level, and then draw the right arm slowly to the ceiling. Take a deep, long breath cycle in, keep squeezing those thighs towards each other. And as you exhale, rise onto the fingertips of the left hand. And then with your next inhale, cartwheel the arms open, find your first warrior two. That's like face you, good. Inhale, start to straighten the front leg, drop the back hand down, turn the front palm up. Reaching the hand forward as you exhale, reverse back. Inhale, come up. Sinking into the front knee, forearm comes down, palm goes up. Back arm rises forward and rolls the shoulder open. Watching that front knee, making sure we continue to track it out. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, close the shoulder down towards the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulder back open. Exhale, roll the shoulder to the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulder open. One more time, exhale to roll it down. Inhale, roll open. Reach the fingers further away, really ground the outside edge of that back foot. Exhale, look at the floor, replace the hands down. Turn onto the ball of the back foot, step the front foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knees, walk the hands back. Good. Reach the arms up overhead. Swapping sides, stepping the left foot further forward. Lunging down into that front hip. Bringing both hands down. Good. Inhale, start to straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend. Rolling the shoulders back, open the arms as you inhale. Good. And then as you exhale, really round the body over that straightened front leg. Inhale, open up, sweep the arms back. Exhale, roll and fold. Inhale, open yourself boldly up. Exhale, collapse and fold, straighten the leg. Good. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend into the left leg. Right hand grounds down. Inhale, squeeze the thighs together, open the left arm up. Other way, Mark. That's it. Tuck the back toe, lift up the back knee. Keeping to squeeze those thighs together so we keep the hip neutral. Come onto the fingertips of the right hand. And then slowly as you inhale, open up to find warrior two, facing the other way. Good, straightening up that front leg, dropping the back hand down, turn the front palm up. Make sure we got a micro bend in the front knee. Reach the back hand forward and reverse all the way back. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, bend into the front knee, forearm down, palm up. Roll the arm forward, roll the shoulder open. Making sure the knee stays bent over the ankle and the knee draws out, glutes engaged. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, collapse the shoulder down. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, collapse the body down. Inhale, open up. One more time. Exhale, collapse down. Inhale, really roll over. Fingers reach back towards the front. Roll onto the outer blade of the right foot. Feel that length end to end. And as you exhale, gaze goes down, hands go down. Turn onto the ball of the back foot. Step the front foot to the back of the mat. Take a deep breath in, drop the knees. Drop chin and chest, try and keep the hips high. Inhale, slide the body through. Roll the shoulders back, find low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, peel the body down. Good, bring the hands in front of you, rise onto the fingertips, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale to lower the body down. Hands come a little bit closer, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time, leaving the hands or drawing them closer, roll the shoulders back and down, press through the top of the feet to engage the quads, pushing the pelvis down, lift the spine. Exhale, roll down. Hands draw underneath shoulders, tuck the toes, inhale, tabletop, and then exhale, keep pushing back, find your first downward facing dog. Gently pressing one heel down into the ground, followed by the other. Good. And then as you inhale, sweep and reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knees, start to yawn that hip open. Exhale, frame the hips, square them again. And step the right foot forward between the hands. Good, drop the back knee and tuck the left toe. Inhale, reach the arms up. Squeeze the thighs in together. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Start to press the knee out into the hand. Reach the right arm up and gently lean over to the side, pulling the knee out, twisting the other right arm over. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, revolve back. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, lean across. Inhale, up. Exhale, behind. Take a deep breath here. We're going to drop the back hand wherever it finds itself, glute, thigh, calf. Front palm turns up, reaches up and gently reverses back. And perhaps see if you can sink the hips a little bit further forward into that space. Inhale, gently come up. Cartwheel the hands. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee, step the front foot to the back of the mat. Dropping knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide through the space, push with the top of the feet, find low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Swapping sides, sweeping the left leg high to the ceiling. Bending the knee and again yawning that hip open, stacking left hip on top of right. Inhale, slowly square the hips and step the foot down between the hands. Good, drop the back knee. Untuck the back toe. Inhale, reach the arms up. Squeeze the thighs together so we pull that right hip forward. Right hand this time comes to the outside of the left knee. Push the knee out into the hand, reach the left arm up and pull against the knee. Inhale, bring the body up and exhale, revolve back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean over. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lean behind. Take a deep breath cycle here, and as you exhale, drop the back hand down. Pick up the front hand, slowly make this into a gentle back bend. Maybe sinking the hips a little bit further forward. Inhale, cartwheel the hands down. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee, step the back foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold the body down, head relax. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, halfway, rise, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Good. This one's going to feel perhaps a little bit peculiar. I'd like you to soften the knees as much as you need to be comfortable here. And then cross the hands over the shoulder, over the outside of each calf. And we're just going to play with trying to twist a little bit. So pulling against the right calf, right shoulder swings forward, come back to center. Pulling against the left calf, left shoulder swings forward, come to center. Allow the hips to move as you rock from side to side. Maybe see if you can gaze under the arm. To center, over left. To center. One more time. Right. To center. Left. To center. Allow the hands to hang for a moment. And then interlacing the fingers, bring them up behind the head. And draw the elbows in. Just add a little bit of weight to the head. And then slowly, we're going to keep the knees slightly soft as we begin to roll all the way up through the body, keeping the chin tucked to the chest. Notice at any point when you start to feel sensation and invite yourself to pause for a moment and breathe into that space. Coming up really slowly, chin is the last thing to lift. Open the elbows up. Really invite the chest to go forward. Really try and pull the elbows behind you. Lift the crown of the head up. Lift the chin. Good. And then as you exhale, slowly we're going to draw the elbows in and roll back down. Chin tucks. Rolling down as low as you can. Hands come down onto the mat. Inhale, lift halfway and invite length. Exhale, plant the hands. You're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. Good. As you inhale, I'd like you to bring the arms behind you. Lift the chest slightly and reach the arms back. And then lift the chest all the way up. Draw the arms behind like we did before, bending into that front leg. So we're lifting the chest up, Mark. If your hips are okay. Okay. Arms swinging behind, and as you exhale, we're going to do what we did before. So you can do this with the back knee dropped again. We're going to exhale, round over and straighten the front leg, allowing the body to hang. By all means, drop the back knee and do this in the low lunge that we began with. Inhale, open the body, arms roll back. Exhale, collapse over the straight leg. Really allow the spine to feel a bit freer here. Inhale, open up, roll back. Exhale, collapse over that front leg. Good, and then slowly start to walk both hands towards the right side of the mat, turning the left foot so both feet face towards the long edge. Paris, have just noticed, nice mat. Inhale, rise onto the fingertips, find length through the spine, pull forward the crown of the head. Exhale, soften the knees, fold body down. Inhale, ripple up, invite length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold body down. Inhale, straighten the legs, invite length, ripple up. Exhale, really bend the knees, like overly bend them, get down. Straightening the legs up. Bring the right hand to the middle of the mat. And as you inhale, open the left arm up. Exhale, left hand plants back down. Right hand draws up. And this time we've allowed the hips to move. This time try not to. Bring the right hand back down. Notice the left hip wants to lift up. Swing it back down. Draw the left arm up. Keep pushing the left hip towards the ground. Good. And then bring the left hand back down. Same again. Push the right hip down. Press into the inner blade of the right foot. Open the right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Good. Start to walk the hands back towards the left side of the mat, turning the left foot back towards the front. And then step the back foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting halfway to invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, lifting to find length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. One more time, inhale to find length. Exhale to fold. Planting the hands, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Again, taking this in a low lunge variation or taking this in a high lunge. Walking the hands back. When you're ready, reach the arms behind you. First, lift the chest. And then lift the chest all the way up, arms round behind. Inhale, as you exhale, collapse the chest forward, round the shoulders over that front leg, hang. Good, inhale, open up, heel the shoulders back. Really allow some movement here. Exhale, just round forward. One more time, inhale, bend the leg, roll the shoulders. Exhale, straighten and fold. Good, and then slowly start to ground the left foot, turn the right foot towards the long edge, hands go out. Good. We're just going to invite a little bit of movement here, just bending into one knee and then the other. Allowing the spine to move left as you bend left, right as you bend right, taking those sideward movements again. A bit like the partying dog or cat-cow that we started with. Calm to find stillness. Walk the hands back to the right side. Right foot pivots. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knees. Drop the chest and the chin. Slide forward. Finding low cobra or upward dog. And then pushing back to find child's pose. Knees go wide, feet come together. Hands extended in front of the body. Walking both hands to the top right corner of the mat. Perhaps choosing to stack left hand on top of right. Noticing when the hips start to lift, and see if you can draw the hands closer to you and use them to push the hips back. Inhale, draw the hands back to center. And then exhale, draw the hands to the top left corner of the mat. Perhaps stacking right on top of left. And again, noticing if the hips have lifted to do that. If they have, pull the hands slightly closer to the body and use them to push the hips back. Inhale, draw the hands to center. Bring the hands back towards the body. Knees wide apart. And this is one that we did with Henrik yesterday morning that I'd actually forgotten how much I enjoyed. You're welcome to take it. You're welcome to leave it. You're going to bring the hands behind you and slowly start to lift the hips up. If you're like me, my arms aren't long enough to keep both on them, so I have to lift up one hand and then the other. It's kind of a weird camel with the legs wide. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hips slowly back down. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand reaches behind the body and gently twist the right side. And gently coming the other way. Right hand finds the left thigh, left hand comes behind, twist over the left side. Bring the hands in front. Choosing, again, if the ankles will cooperate, to cross them behind you and this time roll over. If they won't, from here, you're just going to bring your legs out and come to sit on one hip. So we're going to straighten both legs out in front of us. Walk the hips as far back as we can get them. Bring hands behind the body, making sure the feet are tracking towards the ceiling or the sky. And then use the fingers, gently encourage length through the spine. Making sure we draw the chin back so we create that delightful double chin appearance. Inhale, bring yourself up. Good. Bring the hands down by the side. Shift the hips forward, and we're going to come to lie on our backs again, bringing both knees in towards the chest. Taking a few deep breath cycles here.
Again, squeezing the knees in close to the body, finding that Apanasana. And gently, we're going to send the right leg down towards the ground. And walk the foot away a little bit. We don't want the leg straight, just slightly away from it. Okay. I would like you to allow the left knee away slightly, taking both hands around the knee. And then I'd like you to imagine pulling the left knee towards the right shoulder without lifting the left hip. Pointing the left toe. Drawing it as close to the right shoulder as you can get it. And then we're going to do a PNF stretch. So now for the next 5 seconds, I'd like you to pull the knee out away and pull the hands towards you. Not to 100% of your max, about 50%. You want a gentle resisted movement here. Gently release and pull the knee a little bit further over to the right side. And again, push the knee out, pull the hands gently in. Release, pull it in. Notice if the left hip is tightened, see if you can soften it. Drawing that left knee to the right shoulder one more time, gently push and pull. Only 50%, this is not 100%. Release, draw the knee a little bit closer. Okay, I'd like you to hook your left foot to the outside of the right leg. Again, keep the toes pointed, it will help with that hook. You're going to open the arms out. You can choose whether you want to cactus them or not. We're going to straighten the right leg down, try and keep the hook, and then pivot ourselves. Sorry, it's the other way. You want your left foot to hook, on the inside of the right leg. So the toes hug underneath that thigh, and then roll across so that both knees drop to the right side. Try not to let them drop. I want you to fight against gravity a little bit, keeping that left leg as bent as you can make it, so the foot really is tight towards the left glute. And hopefully feeling perhaps a different sensation, perhaps feeling sensation in the groin instead of the outside of the hip. Bringing the right hand on top of the left thigh, still fighting against gravity. Don't let it drop, let it stay here. And then as you inhale, we're going to resist again. So push the knee up, gently draw the hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure. Again, pushing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure. One more time. Push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure. Allow that left knee to come all the way over now. Down to the ground. Right hand stays on top of the leg. Perhaps notice if the left shoulder is needed to lift off. That's okay. Every in-breath, really feel yourself filling right up to the top. And as you exhale, imagine you're sending that left shoulder back down. Imagine you had a weight on the hand or on the elbow. 2 more breath cycles, breathing into that diagonal twist. Peeling the shoulder open. One more time. Inhale right up to the top. Exhale, soften. Gently start to straighten the left leg. And roll onto your back. Bending both feet. Take a moment to readjust, find your neutral space. Keeping the left foot slightly away from the body, this time bring the right knee in. Again, loosely taking the hands around the knee. And draw the right knee towards the left shoulder, keeping that right foot bent and pointed. Pushing the knee away, pulling the hands in, feel a slight resistance. And release. Draw the knee in. One more time, push and pull.
Release, draw the knee in. One more time, push and pull. And draw the knee in. And as tightly as you can, softening the glutes. Good. Okay, start to straighten the left leg a little bit. Bring the right toes again as close to the glute as you can. You can use your hand to help you if you need to squeeze the ankle in. Hook it around the inside of the left leg, straighten the left leg down. Choose what you want to do with the arms and then start to drop the right knee across to the left side. Don't let it drop all the way. With toes hooked behind the left leg, it shouldn't be able to. Take one more breath in, and as you exhale, bring the left hand on top of the right knee to add some weight. Perhaps this has intensified things into the glute, maybe into the groin. And then slowly start to push the knee up, pull the hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the pressure. Try and release the left glute. It tends to tighten to compensate. And again, push the right knee up, pull the hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time. Inhale, push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good. And then this time allow the knee to drop all the way over to the left side, even if the right shoulder lifts. And really breathe all the way up into the right side of the body. Spread the ribs, lift the collarbone, lift the shoulder, exhale, allow the shoulders to feel heavier. Inhale, fill the body. Two more breaths. Slowly begin to straighten the right leg down. Roll onto the back. Draw the knees in towards the chest evenly with the feet, finding Apanasana for one last time. Perhaps rocking left and right if you want to invite any last movement into the body. And then when you feel ready, planting the feet, straightening the legs all the way down to the bottom of the mat. Bringing the hands further away from the body than when we began. Again, walking the feet a little bit wider away than when we began. Coming back into the body that you have now. Noticing and feeling the weight. The back of the heels, back of the calf, back of the thighs and the glutes. Perhaps noticing any new sensations here. Maybe giving the lower body a bit of a wiggle to just let go of anything that's arising for you there. Finding stillness. Noticing the parts of the spine in contact with the mat. Acknowledging the space at the back of the neck, gently tucking the chin down slightly to find even more space and length. Acknowledging the parts of the backs of the arms that find the mat or the ground. Back of the hands, perhaps the back of the fingers. Maybe giving the upper body just a bit of a wiggle to let anything else out. Noticing the back of the head and the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Just taking this last moment to really rest. Gently beginning to move the fingers, move the toes. As you inhale, begin to bend the elbows and reach the arms up overhead and behind you, perhaps drawing the legs together, stretching yourself out from end to end. And slowly begin to bend the knees. And rolling onto your left or your right side, curling yourself into a ball and allowing yourself a moment to simply pause. And then begin to press down with the top hand. Push yourself up to a seated position on the mat. Crossing the legs, bringing the hands onto the knees. Stacking the vertebrae, lifting up through the crown of the head. And taking a really deep, full breath in, drawing and filling the belly, the chest, rising up the collarbones, opening the mouth and exhaling it all back out. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest, lift and rise the collarbones. Open the mouth, sigh it back out. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, sigh it back out. Take a moment to stack the vertebrae, lift the crown of the head, perhaps lift the corners of the mouth. Then extend the arms out in front of you, rub the hands together to generate some heat. Bringing the fingers over the eyes, blinking the eyes open behind the hands. Spread the fingers to draw light back in slowly. And then release the hands down when you feel ready. Namaste.